So you see, Moses was a man that the Most High said he spoke to mouth, not in no dream or no dark visions or speeches at all. He said he spoke to him mouth to mouth. And he didn't make it to the promised land because he didn't give the Most High the glory. I'm telling you, you can't say all praise to the Most High enough. You can't praise him enough. And whenever go down, give all praise to the Most High. Look what he said. Deuteronomy 4:21. He said, furthermore, the Most High was angry with me for your sakes, and swear that I should not go over Jordan, and I should not go in unto the good land, the land of Canaan, the Fertile Crescent. He couldn't even go into it because he didn't get the Most High the glory when he told him to speak to the rock, and he hit the rock twice with his staff. And the Most High loved us so much, we were, thirsty. He brought the water forth. Furthermore, the Most High was angry with me for your sakes, and swear that I should not go over Jordan, and that I should not go in unto the good land, which the Most High thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. But I must die in this land. I must not go over Jordan, but ye shall go over and possess that land, that good land. He said, take heed unto yourselves, pay attention to yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant, the law, such commandments of the Most High your power, which he made with you, and make you a graven image or the likeness of anything which the Most High thy power have forbidden thee. Because that's what he did. Remember, when he went up to get the 10 Commandments, when he came back down, Most High said, you better go down there. When the Most High was having a meeting with the Most High, getting the 10 Commandments, the Most High said, I'm going to kill all of them. And I'll make a nation out of you, Moses. And Moses had to pray to the Most High, cry to the Most High that he wouldn't. He said, hey, Most High, take my name out of your book of life, but don't kill all of them. The Most High said, okay, well, behind that, that's why the only time he had pity on us, we cried to the Most High. The Most High said, go down there. And when Moses went down, he took the 2 tablets and threw them in the river and grinded them up and took that calf and made it down into powder, put it in the water, and made Israel drink it. How about that? It was a gold calf. He made them drink it. So he said, verse 24 said, for the Most High thy power is a consuming fire, even a jealous power. Not only that, look, go to the book of Exodus 34 and 14. Exodus 34 and 14. It says, for thou shalt worship no other power, for the Most High, whose name is jealous. You hear that? The Most High, whose name is jealous, is a jealous power. You better hear what it's saying. The Most High name is jealous, who is a jealous power. He said, lest thou make a covenant, a contract, or agreement with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their gods. That's their religions, no matter who it is. Most High never gave us religion. Or you religious people, prove that the Most High gave you your Jehovah's Witness doctrine from this Bible. And you can precept it. Is I can show you that the Most High gave us the laws, statute, commandments. That's it. Or any other religion that y'all believe in. That y'all got y'all decree that this is what you believe in on the wall. That coincides with the Most High's laws, statute, commandments. Catholic, Baptist, Jehovah's Witness, Apostolic, Seventh-day Adventist, holiness, sanctified. What I'm missing, African Methodist, you name them. That the Most High gave you that religion when he gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments. The covenant he gave and he made was with your religion. See, that's what he said. Let's thou make a covenant, that's a contract with the inhabitants of the land, which a lot of you have done, and they go a whoring after their gods, their idols, and do sacrifice unto their gods, their idols, and one called thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice. Like y'all say you can eat anything, all you do is just pray over it. That's madness. That's why we got all these problems with our health and so forth. And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whoring after their gods. So Mosiah ain't with no interracial marriages right there. He's not with no interracial marriages right there. And thou take of their daughters, since you intermingle with them, you want to be down with them, these people that's in, even going into captivity. And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whoring after their gods. That's why he told us, Deuteronomy 7:3. Deuteronomy 7:3. We going over the laws. He said, neither shalt thou make marriages with them, clear as ever. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. This is anyone that's outside of being of the 12 tribes of Israel. For they will turn away thy son from following me. You know, supposed to I got to speak over and over again. Same thing. He said, but they will turn thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars, it's everything they believe in, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. How special above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You see? So here he's telling you that we're not supposed to be dealing with interracial marriages. Now y'all might say, okay, those are all Hamite nations, right? Because it is. But when we go in here, we can look and see that it's even with us. I mean, as we went on with dealing with how we deal with things, man, the Most High wasn't with that. He's not down with that, y'all. He's not down with that. That's why he said we ain't supposed to be doing it. Look, let's go to that's a heavy question. Look at 1 Kings 11, right? Hold on. 1 Kings 11th chapter and 1. Give you an example. Well, King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, all these different nations that's outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. Of the nations, what we just read, concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you. Why? For surely they will turn away your heart, which is the way you think, after their gods, after their idols. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he has 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart. His wives of these other nations turned away his mind. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart, his mind after other gods. That's why you got to be very, very careful in how you operate as you get older in dealing with women. So he said what? And for it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, other idols. And his heart was not perfect with the Most High his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after that god, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after that god, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High, and went not fully after the Most High, as did David his father when he got older. He's going off. Then did Solomon build an high place for that god, that idol. All these are idols of the other nations. The abomination of Moab in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for that god, that idol. The abomination of the children of Ammon. All these different nations have different gods, different idols. And likewise did he for all his strange wives. The strange wives are the wives of these other nations, which burnt incense and sacrifice unto their gods, unto their idols. Remember, you can't forget, Psalm 96:5 says what? His father told him, King David said, hey, all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. And the Most High was angry with Solomon, see? Because his heart, his mind, the way he was thinking was turned from the Most High power of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. He came to him twice and had commanded him concerning this thing. So not just once, but 2 times he came to King Solomon and said, hey, man, don't do this. That he should not go after other gods. Now, he's doing it. You got to understand, he's in the operation of dealing with these other idols of these other nations. You know, built idol temples and all that stuff, going in there, worshiping with these strange women. And the Most High came to him once. Don't do this. He kept doing it. Or he would have to come to him twice, came to him another time, say, hey, man, don't do this. He said he appeared unto him twice and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other idols. But he kept not that which the Most High commanded. Wherefore the Most High said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee and will give it to thy servants. So he gave, the kingdom was split, and he waited till King Solomon died, and he gave it, like I told you earlier, he gave it to his son Rehoboam. And that was the southern kingdom of Judah. Like a lot of times you see Judah, like the covenants made with Israel and Judah. Israel represent the northern tribes, 9 tribes, and southern tribes is Judah, Benjamin, Levi, which is 3 tribes, you know, predominantly. So this is what we're looking at. For Solomon doing what he did. Why it's so hard to bring all 12 tribes back together again from what he did here. It is what it is. This is what he did, so we paying the price now. It's all good. So we're gonna make it. Look at what it says in 1 Ezra 8 and 69. In the Apocrypha. 1 Ezra 8 and 69. The nation of Israel, the princes, the priests and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit, of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and the Moabites. All those first ones are Hamites or so-called Africans, which you can see if you read Deuteronomy 7:1 and 2. 7 nations greater and mightier than us. They were Hamite nations or so-called Africans. But he's telling us they have not we didn't put away the pollutions of the Gentiles. You know, pollution is, man, it's nasty. To wit of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites. These are all so-called Africans today, which would be Hamites. And the Moabites, that's indigenous Chinese, all these indigenous. Egyptians, more Hamites or Africans, and Edomites, so-called white people. For both they and their sons, have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity. This is wickedness, according to the Most High and his word that he gave to Ezra. That we reading it right here. And as soon as I had heard these things, I rent my clothes and the holy garment and pulled off the hair from off my head and beard. Now that's painful. That's a lot of humility. And sat me down sad and very heavy. So now, when you read 1 Ezra 9 and verse 8 and 9, it says, well, let's read. So Ezra, verse 7, so Ezra rose up and said unto them, to the Israelites, ye have transgressed the law in marrying strange wives. See? He told them you transgressed the laws in marrying ladies, different women that's outside of our nation, thereby to increase the sins of Israel. He said, and now by confessing, give glory unto the most high power of your fathers, who was the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, and do his will. Now this is written in the Bible. And do his will. This the Most High's will. And separate yourselves from the heathen of the land and from the strange women. Then cried the whole multitude and said, with a loud voice, like as thou hast spoken, so will we do. So verse 36 says, all these, you keep on reading, to tell you all the ones had, married these strange women and so forth. Say all these had taken strange wives, and they put them away with their children. That's what they done, you see, at this time. So now, because they knew the law, they knew what was right from wrong. Israel still want to be rebellious and do what's wrong, Now that we are coming back to the laws, we got to, look to who it is that we're going to really, bring to our oneness. We got to be one with our people, you see? But Most High, I can't be the judge in what somebody's already done and not knowing. I just know that the Most High says in Acts 17 and 30 again, he said, in the times of this ignorance, we don't know. We've been taught we're not under the law. So you heard the law, right? You said the time of this ignorance, the Most High winked at. He winked at you. But now, commanded all men everywhere to repent, to ask for forgiveness, to humble yourself and ask for forgiveness for the things that we've done wrong. Because he have appointed a day, it's going to be this day, in which he will judge the world in righteousness. And we know what righteousness is. Class, everybody should know the scriptures on righteousness. That's why I'm saying in the spirit, even though I don't know what it's going to be for the future lessons and so forth that he's bringing out, we know that we looked at righteousness as keeping the Most High's laws, Deuteronomy 6:25 and Psalms 119, 172. That should be automatic in your mind now. You should know that righteousness is keeping of the Most High's laws. He gonna judge the world in righteousness by that man who was a MASHAYACH, who's not coming back as a man in his angelic power, whom he have ordained, whereof he have given assurance unto all men, in that he have raised them from the dead. You see? So these are the things that we're looking at, and you know, you can't ask man to make a judgment on what it is that the Most High has declared. I just know that he has mercy and grace, and you got to repent and ask the Most High to forgive you for whatever it is you've done and that we've done that's wrong, and hopefully the Most High have mercy on us, you know. Just do what you can do to be following these laws, statutes, and commandments best of your ability. So now, going back to where we were at in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. Verse 24, for the Most High thy power is a consuming fire, even a jealous power. You know, we went to where the Most High say his name is jealous. He said, when thou shalt beget children and the children's children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, knowing what we're going to do, and make a graven image or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of the Most High thy power to provoke him to anger. Say, I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land, as it is today. Whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it, ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. That's why you look at Daniel's 9 and 11. He gave us the laws, man, only to us, nobody else. Daniel's 9 and 11. That's what we did. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law. All is a certain number too. Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. When you read Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68. The curse is poured upon us. In the oath that is written in the law of Moses that we read, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And he have confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven has not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem, as it is written in the law of Moses that we read. All this evil is come upon us, yet made we not our prayer before the Most High our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. We haven't sung it all day, but we got to sing it. What's the truth? Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. There it is. So this is what we have done. And we have sinned against the Most High. In many verses I've showed you that when we admit, even though we are not sinners, that we are sinners, that we have sinned against the Most High. Most High, that's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. That's what Daniel was saying throughout this chapter. Look at verse 8. O Most High, to us belong a confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we, including himself, have sinned against thee. This was marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. To the Most High our power belongeth mercies and forgivenesses, though we, including himself, have rebelled against him. Neither have we, including himself, who's a righteous man, who a book is written after. Neither have we, including himself, obeyed the voice of the Most High our power to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets. See. That's why he said, yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses that we're reading about, the servant of the Most High, because we, including himself, have sinned against him. That's what's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. He said it, it's said over and over again to the prophets. That's why you can't get no pride out of this, man. Ain't no pride in this. This is serious as serious can be. And this is what I look for, the things that are marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Look, Isaiah 42 and 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil? You know, the spoil is when you lose in war and they take everything you have. 'Cause we went decked out to war. And Israel to the robbers. Did not the Most High? He against whom we have sinned. He against whom we have sinned. He against whom we, that's Isaiah included, have sinned. For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. And you got to know to say we not under the law. Therefore he have poured out upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle. And it have set him on fire round about, yet he knew not. And it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. He ain't laid it to mind. That's why you gotta hear this, man. And I'll keep saying it's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. God, the Most High look at us, man. Like, Isaiah 64 and verse 6. Look what he said. He said, but we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness, he would say, all our righteousness are as filthy rags. He said, all our righteousness is as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf. And our iniquities, wickedness like the wind, have taken us away. So, you see, prophets are letting you know they're not exalting themselves. No way, shape, or form, y'all. Filthy rags, man, you know. Women, y'all can relate to a filthy rag. Y'all got to deal with it. And that's how he's looking at us, man. You can't look at it any other way. Unless you're exalting yourself, you want to be somebody in hell. Look at Jeremiah. Hear the word of the Most High. Jeremiah, the 8th chapter and the 14th verse. This marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Why do we sit still? Assemble yourselves and let us enter into the fenced cities, and let us be silent there. For the Most High, our power, have put us to silence and given us water of gall to drink. Why? Because we have sinned against the Most High. Do y'all hear what he's saying? He said, we have sinned against the Most High. That's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Including himself. We reading the book of Jeremiah. But he's saying, hey, we have sinned. He said, we have sinned. Look, Jeremiah 14 and 20. Jeremiah saying, we, including himself, acknowledge, O Most High, our wickedness, including his wickedness, our wickedness. We acknowledge, O Most High, our wickedness and the iniquity of our fathers, for we have sinned against thee. You notice the trend, that's the same thing? It's the same thing. When you look for solutions, you're going to find them. If you're sincere. If not, then this might not mean anything to you. This is marvelous in the eyes of the Most High, though. This is marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. I'm just trying to find more so you can see it, and hopefully it'll move someone to realize that this is what they all said. Look at Nehemiah, my boy, my prophet, the first chapter and the 6th verse.